Hello everyone, welcome into this week's My Weekly CBS Fix. This week's video is dedicated as a refuah shalema for Yosef ben Esther. May you have a complete recovery. In this week's Parshas Vayigash, Joseph finally reveals his identity to his brothers and they are shocked. And the verse says that they were not able to answer him because of their astonishment. So the question is, certainly it was quite astonishing to finally hear that this man in front of them, who they thought was the Egyptian viceroy over Egypt, was completely not related to them. Certainly surprising, but it seems that there was something a little bit more shocking to them, that simply they weren't able to speak. So what was it? So I saw from Rabbi Usher Weiss. He says a beautiful idea that what was scary to them over here was simply the inescapable, stark, cold truth that it was Joseph right in front of them. And then nothing to answer to this brother whom they had sold into slavery, who they had tricked their father into thinking that he had died, and who they had thrown into a pit. And they ended up actually looking all over for him, but they ended up realizing that they, at the end of the day, were the cause of Joseph's any suffering that he may have had. And certainly where they were shocked at Hashem's turn of events, that their own brother ended up being second in control. But the inescapable truth that it was Joseph is what made them feel full of shame. And this is certainly a lesson for us in life, because there's many things that we do in our own lives where I'm right, and everybody goes around thinking that they're right, and what they're really seeking is to be right instead of living a life of truth. I always tell people who are involved in a relationship, if you have a rabbi to go to, one that you both respect, so then whenever you have an argument, you'll say one thing, your spouse will say something else. It could turn into a fight if all you're interested in is in being right. However, if you're interested in the truth of the situation, so what you'll do is you'll both pick up the phone and you'll call the rabbi together, and you and your spouse will agree that whatever the rabbi says, that's what we'll do, because that's what Hashem wants us to hear. It comes straight from the rabbi's mouth, and therefore that's the truth. Instead of it being a me, instead now you have happiness and you have peace in the home. And at the same time, also in people's lives, people don't necessarily want to hear the truth about the fact that they may be living life incorrectly and wrong and following the whims of their hearts instead of following the logic of their brain. And inside, this little voice is shouting out at them, you better change your ways. You know you're not doing something right. And you just have to ask yourself a simple question. Would you rather live a life of supposed happiness knowing that all of it is lies? Or would you rather live a tougher life, even though it's tough, but at least you know you're living the truth? And I think the answer is quite simple to anybody that is going to do right now. Just take a simple, truthful moment to themselves. Nobody's looking, nobody's listening. You're just listening to this video. Yeah, all you want is the truth. And nobody wants to live a lie. And so therefore, when people are afraid that, but if I turn my life towards Hashem, who knows what's going to be? No, Hashem gave you this life. He's only interested in the best for you. He's the best father you ever had. And the Torah that he gave you is the best medicine you'll ever take. And everything's awesome. Everything's all honky-dory. Will it have its trials and tribulations? Of course. But the point is that you want to live with the truth. And one day, if you don't live with that truth, you'll hang your head in shame. We'll all hang our heads in shame, whatever we harp on, whatever we're too stubborn to come down from, and it's not worth it. The truth shall set you free. And so therefore, it's definitely great medicine. Have a great Shabbos. Thank you for listening. Talk to you next week.